was a really good weekend, really good sports weekend. A lot of some questions got answered, some questions got asked that have not been answered.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot, yeah. So in particular this week, Jay,
we're going to go ahead and just jump right in, baby.
Yeah. So two of the biggest storylines heading into this week were the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys off of a just dismantling at the hands of the Denver Broncos on their own home field somehow. So the questions were, how's Dallas going to look in this game against Atlanta, who are fresh off of a victory against the New Orleans Saints, right? And then you had Sunday Night Football. You had the Kansas City Chiefs going against the Raiders. The Chiefs had been winning their games, but the offense looked broken. Mahomes looked broken. People didn't know exactly what to expect, if they would figure out a way to turn it around. So that's what we had going into the weekend, and boy, did those questions get answered, Jay.
They did.
With the Chiefs dismantling the Las Vegas Raiders on the road 41-14. Patrick Mahomes on his way to 406 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. I would say that he's back to being Patrick Mahomes, perhaps. We'll talk more about that.
Sure.
And then the Dallas Cowboys in what was a revenge game for Dan Quinn, defensive coordinator, former head coach of the Falcons. I think that was the Falcons JV squad that got beat 43-3. Dak, clinical as always, 296, 2 touchdowns. Zeke, 2 touchdowns on the ground as well in a easy, impressive victory for the Cowboys. So, Jay, between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys, whose win would you say was better?
I think it was the Chiefs. The Chiefs needed this more than anybody else's. The Chiefs went to Las Vegas and won. Even though I went to look back at the past games, Chiefs been beating the crap out of the Raiders in Las Vegas and Oakland over the last few years. So it's not like it's unknown. But last year, the Raiders looked like they were taking the next step, and it looked like they were becoming a team that was going to be able to challenge them in the AFC West. So the excitement about them, to me, was like, okay, they start the season off well. They looked like they were going to be something, and then all of a sudden they forgot how to play football again. So I think it's that one, mainly because of this. This is the thing with the Cowboys. The Cowboys played who? The Atlanta Falcons. Yeah. They played the Falcons at home. They played the Falcons, a team who has been free-falling ever since they lost a 28-3 lead to the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Sorry, Falcons fans, for reminding you. But that's what's happened. They have not been good. Matt Ryan looks old, and they keep investing in him as if he's going to get better. And he has these games where he throws for like 100 yards and looks really bad. So why would I think that the Cowboys beating the Falcons that we expect they should beat, when the Chiefs are going against a team who challenged them last year, and we thought going into the season the Raiders looked better, and they went ahead and dismantled them, especially as this Chiefs team has looked like they had fallen apart halfway through the season. They're now reeling. They're doing better. There's no reason for me to ever think that the Cowboys win against the Falcons makes sense, because this is what we're doing every week. We're judging both teams every single week, and I have absolutely no clue why, outside of just to create content because we're bored. Because you can't go week to week when it comes to the NFL, and so Chiefs win. Of course, it's the Chiefs win.
I'm going to say the Dallas win was better. And, Jay, a big part of the reason why is because I have so many questions about the Chiefs win in general. It's almost by default, because you have a Raiders team coming in fresh off of a loss against the New York Giants, which no team should ever lose at this point to any New York team. So I question them as well. One thing I didn't think about, you just mentioned, is that they only seem to play the Chiefs tough on the road. But when the Chiefs come to them, they don't know how to play football anymore. And that's exactly what was going on in this. This defensive game plan for the Raiders, probably a mock of what everyone else had been using, the too high safety constantly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was poor scheming or poor coaching, but they went away from that way too quickly, which to me means poor play calling, we'll say. And so against a team like that, who didn't have sense enough to bend but don't break, stay in the too high safety, and then, yes, they're going to push the ball down the field, but that gets squeezed when you get into the red zone, and that's to your advantage. So I think that what I saw, and it's surprising to say this given that they did score 14 and the Falcons only scored 3, but this defensive game plan that I saw out of them was just pathetic, and they couldn't stop turning the ball over. Derek Carr looked like Derek Carr that we've been used to seeing, to where he has flashes of being a really good quarterback, and then he has an eyes closed, but I'm going to say your hand hit my arm interception, which technically is what happened. I get that. And then you had Deshaun Jackson.
He threw it to Daniel Sorensen, too.
Right. So when you're throwing it to Daniel Sorensen, that means you have serious problems with your vision. And Deshaun Jackson makes a great catch, great play, and then turns it into just a back-breaking, bone-crushing play and giving up the fumble.
A Deshaun Jackson play?
A Deshaun Jackson play. So this Falcons team, honestly, if I were to look at the two of them, if they played head-to-head, and they may have already this season, I'm not sure, but I probably would put my money on the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons coming into this game were coming into the game on better footing than the Raiders were. And this performance that I saw by Dallas, which is the real reason why it's the better victory to me, is how dominant they were in all three phases of the game.
Yeah.
They were able to obviously put up points. They were able to limit Matt Ryan to what I believe is 117 passing yards. And they were able to have a special teams, score a touchdown on special teams, which is hard enough.
Yeah.
So with all three phases locked in, all three phases ready to erase the memory of that loss last week to the Denver Broncos, I walked away from both games feeling that, yes, the Chiefs, they did look closer to what we're used to seeing, but I was just thoroughly impressed by what the Dallas Cowboys did.
I'm glad that you were impressed with that. I'm going to let you have that because getting the defensive touchdown is good. Trayvon Diggs is stupid impressive.
Yeah.
He is stupid impressive. And he's stupid impressive because I think he's the closest thing we've seen to a Darrelle Revis or a Deion Sanders where he can, in theory, shut down the side of the field, except for teams are still going after Diggs because they know that they're going to be able to get yards off of him. It's really weird. It's a weird dynamic because Diggs has 8 interceptions this season. I think he's returned, 2 for a touchdown this year, if not 3. So he has 8 interceptions in 9 games. Diggs is eating on that side of the field. And it's funny because that interception he got, I was listening to Pro Football Focus earlier, and it's another funny to come out of that is Diggs looked like he was dusted in the play. At the same time, it looked like he was in the wrong position in the play.
He was.
Because there was a guy, I guess there was someone doing God, I can't think of the name of the play off the top of my head now. They were going across the field. And I think they believe that that's who he was supposed to defend, and he didn't defend him. And then somehow he was able to intercept the pass that he was not supposed to intercept.
See, and that's a big part of the reason why I don't think he's that much like Deion Sanders or Revis because they were great sort of on ball.
Yes.
Cornerback, shutdown cornerback.
He's not
Trayvon, he just somehow knows where to be.
Well, he's a ball
right
hawk.
time.
Yeah, he's a great ball hawk.
Yeah.
And he gets to it every time and he gets these interceptions. You're like, wait, was that where you're supposed I mean, it's a great play because you got the pick, but was that where you're supposed to be? But overall, that's the thing that's impressing me out of this Dallas Cowboys. Their defense has a tendency of doing stuff like this. It's feast or famine with him. We're going to repeat that. I'm going to say it over and over. He lives and buys by the interception. And
True.
luckily, he's living more than he's dying, even though statistically he still is a really bad coverage corner on the yards he's giving up. So teams are still going after him. So it's not like Deion and Reeves in that capacity. It's just it feels like when people go to his side, they're like, okay, we're going to get yards or we're going to turn it over. So we're going to go ahead and roll the dice on it. And rolling the dice on it doesn't seem like it's going very well in the end. So, but the Chiefs, to me, that was more. They needed that. They needed to show that Mahomes, even with all his flaws this year, can go out there against technically a defense that's supposed to be decent and put up numbers.
Yeah, I mean, they wake up feeling good. All the Kansas City Chiefs, all the Mahomes fans, such as myself, we feel good waking up that he looks closer to the way he's supposed to, which invariably means that the team, the Chiefs, looks closer to what we're used to seeing out of them. But against this Raiders team, I can't put stock in this. I can't trust that this offense is now broken. Now, what I did like about what I saw is that they were running a more, I guess what I would call a more Sean McVay, more Kyle Shanahan type West Coast offense in the sense that is based off of putting your receivers in positions to get yak. And I don't know if you know this, in this game, they got 260 yards worth of yards after the catch.
Oh, my God.
Which I think is second most, I want to say, this season in any game this season.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they did that. They did that fantastically. They really did. But I don't think they're going to be able to duplicate that, Jay, because I don't know if you know this or not, but do you know who the Chiefs play next week?
I mean, I'm gonna have to search it. I actually do not know.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, so it's perfect that we're talking about
The
them
Dallas
at this moment.
Cowboys.
It's lined up. The stars aligned.
Yes.
Everything is
Yes.
perfect with this
Because
now we can say that the Chiefs are going to demolish the Cowboys in that game.
No chance. No chance.
Wait,
the
no?
Chiefs are going to lose, and they're playing at home. They're going to lose this game.
Wait, you're saying the Cowboys is going to go to Kansas City and take that dub?
Take that dub in order to show you that their win was more impressive than the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. $5 bet. You want a seafood lunch bet?
How do I feel?
It's going to be straight up. We're going to go spreads. We're going to go Cowboys and Chiefs.
Straight up. Let's make it interesting. Let's have some fun with this. Want to have some fun with this?
I want to have some fun. Let's go.
$50.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Cowboys fans. Y'all better show up for me. I'm not even playing, for real.
You better show up for them because, boy, if they take that L, and I try not to rub it in too much, but, boy, I'm going to rub this one in.
$50 is enough. Yeah, no. I mean,
and we going for real. Jimmy's feeling himself today, so.
Yeah, $50 that the Dallas Cowboys are going to go to Kansas City, and they're going to win this game and show you who the more impressive team is, and that Kansas City Chiefs team is not who they think they are.
Defensively, the Cowboys are 7th DVOA, while the Raiders are 14th. Mm-hmm. So actually, it's not bad being middle of the road like that. Mm-hmm. So
who's 1 DVOA, by the way?
Defensively,
the
Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Buffalo Bills, followed by Arizona, the Saints, the Rams, and then the Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We'll talk about them another time.
We will.